this September 9th Jackson County Commission meeting to order. Roll call.
District 1,
Absent this week.
District 2, present. District 3, present. And District 4.
Present.
Quorum is present, so we can conduct business this evening. For invocation by Mr. Level and a pledge by Mr. Bishop.
Let's pray. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here. Lord, please be with us as we conduct the business of the county. Give us the wisdom that this job requires to do the best we can with public funds. Please guide us and carry us through the rest of the evening. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Guffey is out tonight, so keep him in our prayers. We have the first item's approval of minutes from the previous meetings. We have minutes from the August 26th regular meeting and then the budget meeting. Have time to review those. Entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Motion, we have a second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Next item is approval of the agenda for the meeting. There is one thing I'd like to ask that we add. We have given you a copy of a couple of quotes for our x-ray equipment. I'd like to ask that we add that tonight as item number 9. Are there any other changes before we proceed? Okay. So with that, I have a motion to approve the agenda with that change.
So moved.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. We have no award of presentations and no one has signed up to speak this evening. Move on to first old business and motion to approve and appoint members to the vacant positions on the 911 board. We have in your packets, I believe there were, looks like 7 positions that were open. There are 4 positions open and we have 7 applicants. So entertain on how we want to proceed with this.
Mr. Chairman, since District 1 is absent, I would like to make a motion that we appoint the 3 existing members and hold out on the vacant position until everybody's present.
Okay. So we have a motion to approve Mr. Helms, Mr. Miller, and Mr. Sisk to continue the terms on that board and hold off on the vacant position. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that?
Will you put the next appointment on the next regular meeting?
We can't, for sure. It'll be the 14th, I believe, about, it'll be the last Monday of this month. Any other comments or questions? Motion second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Information to those individuals. 23rd or something. Okay, next item, motion to renew the contract with Crowder Road for disaster relief. Debris removal, this has been brought to us a few times before, and we did find, I think I mentioned last week, that we can continue to work with local contractors if it falls under the $50,000 line. We're not tied to this particular contract. This just makes it available to us. So, have a motion on how to proceed with this item.
Make a motion, we renew the contract.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Okay. Further discussion on this item? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. Next item is a new business. First item, new business. Motion to approve paying off the 2 lease garbage trucks for the solid waste department in the sum of $230,000. We had discussed this again also a couple times and need to settle tonight how we want to proceed. So before we move to a vote, I think, was there any further discussion on this? After understanding some of the things I spoke with the auditor today on how we would need to utilize some of the funds from solid waste, it'd be my recommendation that we not pay these off at this time. I think that would be in the best interest at this point with where we are financially. Any other questions or comments? A motion on how to proceed with this? A motion on how to proceed?
Make a motion that you pay them off.
Okay, motion not to pay off at this time. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on this item? I think maybe after the first of the calendar year, we can take a look at this again and see where we're at. Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Next item, motion to approve the oversight bid for the Public Works Department. We've taken some time to review that bid. And again, since there were some questions about it, is there any discussion at this time before we proceed?
Mr. Wyden, to reiterate real quickly to me, if we do agree with this, you can still buy local when you need things. This is just,
That's correct. If it's cheaper, they were the only bid that we received. We've got another option too. We can still buy off the state bid. We can buy from this bid, and we can buy local as long as we don't exceed the, in this case, $15,000 threshold. Yes.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the herbicide bid. We have a second.
second,
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Next item is a motion to approve the Council on Aging, the transportation budget, and also to authorize a resolution. Ms. Thurman, could you kind of explain what the resolution's purpose is?
Okay, you all have a copy of the resolution. It is to state that the county commission is the directing body of the transportation program, and that you have given us the COA, the permission to be the implementing agency.
Very much. And that's, it's a state or federal thing we're abiding by with this resolution?
It will go to the state, and that goes with the application process that then goes to the federal FTA.
Okay. Any questions or comments on that from Ms. Thurman?
this authorization is really just for grants and
Yes,
the paperwork that your department requires.
yes.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you. Okay, we have that before us. We have a motion to approve that as a resolution.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion on this item? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no.
Chairman, did we approve both the budget and the resolution, or which do the resolution?
Did the motion include both?
Well, it did not, but
Okay, well, we need to include which was that, the resolution?
it was resolution.
All right, we'll need a motion to approve the budget as well.
The only question I've got on the budget, that pretty well, our share was pretty close last year, wasn't it?
Our share should be the exact same, we've got the exact same.
We got the 76,000. Is that about what we had last time?
Actually, the local match, that's a little bit more even than what we provide, isn't it? That includes some
is.
additional local funds.
It includes some advertising and some contract services that we do.
I think the total amount that the commission gives is 65,000, is that correct?
That's quite good.
So what amount are we gonna vote on, 65,000 or 76?
We'll approve in the budget, we'll approve our contribution. This is all, this is for her budget to provide again to the state to show what she'll be receiving. So that 76 includes both ours plus the other local matches.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? We have a motion to approve the budget.
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. All right, next item is a motion to surplus equipment from the Revenue Commission Office and the Public Works Department. You have the information listed in your paperwork here, truck from Public Works, and then the items listed by the Commission and Revenue Office. Do we have a motion to approve this list of surplus equipment?
So moved.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
Discussion on this item? Questions or comments?
Where would the funds be?
These will go back to the general fund, into just the revenues that are being used.
Okay.
Any further questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Next item is motion to approve and award the annual bids for the commission office. The exception would be on the uniform bid. You have the office bid safety first for the cleaning and kitchen supplies, and then Franklin's pest control and the pest control. We'd ask that we hold off on the sheriff's department, as those will have to be rebid with some correct information. They found that there's some errors in the types of uniforms that they were looking at. So have a motion, we can approve these separately or all together.
Make a motion, we approve them together.
Okay, this is the cleaning, kitchen, and pest control first, excluding the sheriff's department.
Right.
Okay. Motion, do we have a second? We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this item?
Pest control.
That was the lowest, was the lowest meeting.
And we did find out that they do have a local police.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. And I believe, do you know if the sheriff's, the uniforms have already been sent back out, or?
They have been.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. Next item is motion to approve contract with Amoresco. We have that in our packets, and it was specified that we do receive the information. If we choose not to move forward after we receive the audit, we will get the audit for the cost of this contract. So before any further discussion, we have a motion to proceed.
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second? Second. Is there any further discussion on this item?
This just binds us for the audit, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no.
No.
Can't pass.
Okay. Next item, motion to approve $3,000 donation from Commissioner Leslie's donated service line for school supplies. Mr. Little, would you have anything else on that? Or?
No, this was just asked, for us to design.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve this item? Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this item? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. And the next item, motion to sign a resolution regarding the coroner's rate of pay. You have in your packets that resolution that was provided, Mr. Porter provided that for us. This is just standardizing or stating the resolution form for coroner's pay, which may or may not have been, we weren't able to find anything and did not search details in the minutes, so this just updates that. So at this time, we have a motion to approve that item. Motion and a second.
Second.
Any discussion on this item? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. And the final item is regarding the security equipment. You have, I've given a copy to you of two different proposals, one from Point Security and another from L3 Communications to do the survey, the screening on the X-ray equipment. This is something that, you'll remember, is necessary to comply with certain state laws. And we've got some additional things we'll need to pass in the upcoming meeting, but we wanted to go ahead and take a look at this tonight. So you see the two different quotes. The lower quote would be from Point Security. Any questions or comments on this before we proceed?
Will they give us they're gonna give us a bill of health, correct? Is that what they're doing?
Right, they'll state the equipment and all that information. Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have a cost on L3 Communications that I can find.
There you go. May I give you a drawing?
Okay.
And if they find anything that needs to be done, that's when they will give it to us in the report.
Right.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? The only thing, in improving point security, we would have to do this pending the certification. They do have Madison counties, but I think they have to renew their certification of some sort. I did speak with Mr. Williams with the security department, and he said that he didn't see any problem in the time frame on that, and would still recommend the lower cost of that. So any other questions or comments? Okay, do we have a motion on how to proceed?
Make a motion to Point Security.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Okay. That concludes the items on our agenda, so we'll move on to our reports. Mr. Manning? Mr. Wyden?
Motion.
Chief Tippett?
Nothing.
Mr. Miller?
No, sir.
Mr. Denville? Mr. Level?
No, sir.
That concludes our meeting. We will have a short budget hearing afterwards, so at this time we will entertain a motion to recess.